So before we learn all of these SAS codes, so what is all of these analysis programs for? I would say these are for answering research questions, right? So let's type it down. So it is for research questions. And what is the research questions here? And because these statements, these descriptions are not part of the SAS code, so we're gonna call that comments. And for comments, we can wrap them with this sign, a slash and then a star, and then the star and then the slash. So the SAS will know that between this, these are all comments. These are not SAS codes. All right, so what is the research questions here? For example, it can be like, is age a predictor of high opiate use in hospital, right? Hospital. So that research question can turn into a hypothesis. We can have a null hypothesis here, which is that I like this part because you have to state the alpha level, right? At alpha level of 0.05, age is not a significant predictor of high opioid, sorry, I think it is opioid use. And let's give it an acronym in hospital. Okay. So based on this, then we can have a model, right? The statistic model. So how does that looks like? We can say that the statistic model, usually it starts with y equals to beta 0 plus beta 1 x plus e, right? That's the model. And in this case, y is the high opiate use, which is HOU. And again, it's the same stuff, like beta 0 plus beta 1 times age. That's the model, right? But adding to that, you might say that we don't want to have a naive single variate model, simple model. We want to have a multivariate model. So we want to know that, well, whether or not age is a predictor of this high opioid use, but we want it to be controlled by other variables. So for example, sex, right? And what are other things? So for example, whether or not the patient had cancer, right? That's going to make a huge difference. So let's say these are the three variables. Okay. So now we have a model. So in SAS, how to write that model? It's very simple. We just say model. This is the statement, right? And HOU, which is the outcome, equals to, yeah, but we don't have to put this beta 0, beta 1, 2, 3 there. We just have to say age, sex, and cancer. And close with a semicolon. That's it. So that's the statement to tell SAS that I wanted to have this model corresponding to this is the outcome, these are the main effect, and also the covariates. That's it. All right. But of course, you have to make it a little bit more by telling SAS what statistic models, statistic methods you're going to use. So for example, you're going to use a proc called the JMOD, right? And then you're going to have a run2 to close that. So that one to have an indentation there, and that one is pretty much the codes you want to have to perform data analysis. Well, so these are the core lines. We're going to add more on that. And one other thing is that, so we're going to have this model, but where are the source of data, right? So we have to tell the program where is the data. So do we have the data now? We don't. But let's pretend that we have this data, and that data is called data for Jane mode. Okay, so now we have everything, and if the data is available, we can perform these analysis.